Bench press, my favorite movement. If I can bench press every single day, that's what I'm gonna do. But I can't. I have weak shoulders. I have poor mobility. My shoulders are internally rotated at some point when I bench press. I have a stabilization issue. That's why my bench press is so uneven. I'm working on it though, but I have issues. Why is it so easy for me to admit that I have physical issues? But when it comes to mental health issues, it's so friggin' hard. And I know this is the same for everybody. I can comfortably go up to any random stranger on the street and say, "Oh, I messed up at the gym yesterday. I stuffed up my shoulder. My shoulders are now, I don't know, impinged. I have a weak left shoulder. I have terrible arms. I have a muscle imbalance." It's so freaking easy for me to admit this. But when it comes to my mental health, it's so freaking hard. Hey, by the way, I have depression. Just the thought of saying that makes me cringe. I cringe so hard. And I know that for other fellow healthcare workers, many are in the same boat. They can so confidently say that they have a health issue. I have a bad back. I stuffed up my back at work because of improper lifting techniques. I have diabetes because it runs in the family. I have high cholesterol. I have this, I have that. I was born with a congenital disease. It's so easy for us to say that. But then when it comes to our mental health, it's so freaking hard to admit that you have issues. I mean, I can sit here all day and analyze my bench press form and say where my weaknesses are. And it's true. I have weaknesses in my bench press. I have weaknesses in other lifts as well. By the way, that's Deegan, my gym bro friend. Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because of Deegan. Man, just look at him. Deegan, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna be featured on the channel. But yeah, he's always dancing around. When he lifts, he listens to music. I often wonder, how is it that people can lift while listening to music? I can't. When I listen to music, I get so freaking distracted and I lose my balance. My ears play a big part in my balance. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people can do it. I can't. I personally cannot listen to music while lifting. I cannot concentrate. It's just me, man. But yeah, Deegan, he told me he gotta listen to music, otherwise he's gonna be running off and doing 10 million other things because he has ADHD. He just straight up told me, I have ADHD. And yeah, so nonchalantly. And this is something I've gotta respect him for, being so open and so bold to admit this. It is a weakness, after all. I guess it is also a strength in a sense, because ADHD people can really thrive in certain environments. They don't do well with, I guess, structures and orders, but they function very well in a chaotic environment, something like the emergency room. I know many fellow colleagues who do very well in environments in which there's no structure whatsoever, there's no routine, and they can just rock up to work and they don't expect anything. Anything could happen, you know? Those people do well in those environments. I can't. I personally cannot. But there's something I learned from Deegan. He so openly admits that he has this condition. And me, I went through 2 suicide attempts And yet I can't even bring myself to admit to others that, hey, by the way, this gap in my education, employment, by the way, there's something happened there. Something happened. I can never bring myself to say that I have health issues, because I did have health issues. My mind has some issues, but I can't say it. I told people I had 2 suicide attempts as if it's not related to my mental health at all. It's just a decision that I rationally made. I chose to commit suicide. There's no mental health aspect of it at all. But in fact, it was because of depression. I know this now because I've been formally diagnosed. And this is something I'm hoping to change by being an example. Because a lot of things that people say on the internet seem to point towards the idea that mental health issues aren't a real thing, and that it's just in your mind, it's just in your head, bro, and you can just you can just do things to improve your situation. Of course, all of these things help. Exercising, talking to people, having a good social circle helps. But that point in my life, when I chose to do such things, when I chose to drive to the bridge and do these things, I was experiencing a major depressive episode. Now, if you ask me, do drugs help? I will tell you that they don't help because I don't believe in it. But then if you compare my life back then when I had these suicide attempts in my life now, after I've been on drugs for a while, I could say with 100% confidence that my life has become better. Whether it's because of the drugs, whether it's because of these supports that I have gained over the years and my habits, I don't know. But I like to believe that this did help, because without this formal diagnosis, without this treatment by my psychiatrist and taking these drugs, who knows? Who knows what could have happened? And people say it's not weak to speak up. It is not weak to speak up, but it is a weakness. And it's so easy for me to say that I have a left shoulder weakness. Why can't I say the same thing about my mind? I had a weakness moment. I was weak and I needed help. What's wrong with admitting that? Because I have no shame in saying that, hey, my bench press sucks. I have weak shoulders. I need to see a physiotherapist tomorrow. But why can't I say that, hey, I'm at a rough patch right now. I'm weak. I need some help. Yeah, it's not weak to speak up. Admit that you are weak and you need help. That is the hardest thing. But I know you can do it. If you're experiencing some shit right now in your life and you need help, it's okay. Speak up, man. You're not alone. As always, I hope you guys are doing well out there. Stay strong. God bless. I love you all, and I have complete faith in God and what God has planned for you. Peace.